For this lesson, we are going to go over improper fractions and mixed numbers. So an improper fraction has a bigger numerator or top number than the denominator or bottom number. So for example, 3 over 2, we can see that the numerator is bigger than the denominator. A mixed number has a whole number, for example 1, and a proper fraction, so a half. And from the previous video, we know that 1/2 is a proper fraction because the numerator is less than the denominator. Cool. So the first question that we are going to do today is to simplify the improper fraction 5 over 3. Now, how we do this is we need to have the numerator divided by the denominator. So if we substitute in the numbers, ours ends up being 5 divided by 3. Now, if you can do that in your head, fantastic. Otherwise, tend to use long division. So how many times does 3 go into 5? We know it is 1, and then there are 2 left over. So how we form our mixed number from this is we know that 1 is our whole number. We know that there are 2 left over, which form the remainders, and also form the first part or the numerator of our proper fraction. And the denominator remains the same as the original fraction, which is 3. So to recap, this ends up being our whole number. The 2 is the remainder, and the 3 is the same denominator as the original question. Now we're going to try one where we need to simplify. So obviously we follow the same structure, however we are going to do it for the question 14 over 4. So obviously straight away when we look at this equation or this fraction, we can see that it can be easily simplified. We know that 14 divided by 2 is 7, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. Automatically this makes the math part easier. So same steps as before, 7 divided by 2, and we can put that in our long division. How many times does 2 go into 7? We know that 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, and obviously plus 1 is 7. So it goes in 3 times with 1 remainder. So the 3 here becomes our whole number, same as before, and then the denominator stays the same, which means it is 2. So this denominator, our simplified denominator, is the same as this number here, and we know that the top of the fraction or the numerator is the remainder. So we'll just label that here. So this is the remainder. All right, and then this is the same simplified denominator. The final question that we are going to do is we are going to change the mixed number 1 and 2/3 into a improper fraction. So the reverse of this. So it goes in a real circular motion. The top, all right, will be 3 times 1 plus 2. So across the top here, we can go 3 times 1, that's this part, and then the plus 2, which is this part. The denominator remains the same. That's this and this. And then we can obviously figure out the maths. We know that 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2. The denominator stays the same. And then we can simplify that further. 3 plus 2 is 5 over 3. And that is the final improper fraction from the mixed number.